welcome back to my channel. It's so good to see your beautiful faces again, or it's so good to come back to your phone screens or to your iPad screens, to your laptop screens, wherever it is you're watching this from, right? If you're new here, thank you for clicking and thank you for stopping by. Trust me, you're going to love it here. My subscribers, they are beautiful people, they are lovely people, so it's good for you to join the family, right? If you're a returning subscriber, thank you guys. Thank you for the comments, thank you for turning on your post notifications so that you get alerted on my new videos. So today, I'm sure you can already tell what we're talking about, but before that, I just want to quickly address an issue. So my last video that I posted, I talked about reasons why you should not come to Canada, and oh my god, people came for me, right? People said, why are you discouraging? Please don't discourage us, we will still come, this, that. Of course, you are welcome. In fact, that's one of the reasons we're going to be talking about today, why you should come to Canada. But first, that video was not to discourage you from coming to Canada. Rather, it was to let you know that there are pros and cons to coming to Canada. I was in that video addressing the cons to coming to Canada. It is by no means supposed to stop you from coming. I myself am not ready to pack my bags and go back home because of those cons, right? So once again, the intention of that video was not to discourage you, but just let you know that there are two sides to this thing. So it's good for you to have knowledge, to have information. Information is key, knowledge is power, right? Okay guys, so today we're talking about reasons why you should go to the Government of Canada website right now, open your profile. If you don't have a passport yet, go and apply for a passport. If you've not done your IELTS, go and register for IELTS. If you do not have your ECA, your WEST, or your credential assessment, go and start it now, because now is the best time for you to start to come to Canada. So the reasons why you should come to Canada, the beautiful reasons, the multiple reasons why you should come to Canada is what we're going to be discussing today. So if that is what you want to hear, if you want to hear about all of this, also from my own experience, I'm not saying these things based on what I've heard people say, but because I'm here and I've experienced them. So if that's what you want to hear, you know what? Grab your popcorn, grab your biscuits, grab your puff, whatever it is you want to grab, and stay tuned till the end of this video. Of course, don't forget to like this video, please. Just in case you might forget at the end of the video, please like it right now. Turn on your post notifications, subscribe if you are yet to subscribe. Yes, please subscribe, okay? And let's get right into the woman of the day. So welcome back guys. I have with me here my notepad, so just to be sure that I'm taking the points one after the other, I've written out my points and I do not want to leave out any of my points. So just in case you see me looking down, I'm sure you can see it already, that's why I'm looking down. So the first reason why you should come to Canada, or why you should consider coming to Canada, is because it is welcoming to newcomers. Canada survives on immigrants. Is that the right word? Yes, because Canada wants immigrants to come. They want residents, they want new people to come into the country. As a matter of fact, every year, or there's usually a strategic plan of how they want to. In fact, I have a video, I'm just going to post it here, and watch this little clip, which is just like an updated clip for 2023 to 2025, which was just released 2 days ago, right? And today is November 2nd, 3rd. I'm not sure now, right? Today is November 3rd. And this clip was just released 2 days ago, 1st of November. So for you to know that Canada has a plan to receive you, Canada wants you. In fact, the economy of Canada thrives on immigrants like us, or newcomers like us. So there's no, it's a different thing for you to go to a country that is not welcoming or that doesn't want you. But guess what? Canada actually wants you to come. You understand my point now? They want you to come. They want you to come into the country. So just watch this clip and know that there's usually a projection for a couple of years of the number of people they want to come into the country. So if you're already thinking, oh, why should I come? Guess what? The country needs you. The country wants you to come. So that's one reason for you to come to Canada. back, guys. The second reason I want to talk about for you to come to Canada, or for you to plan towards or choose Canada amongst other countries where you might want to go to, is because of the power of the Canadian passport. Now, firstly, let me give like a basis. If you're coming to Canada as a newcomer, that is, if you're coming as a permanent resident, after three out of the 5 years, you are allowed to put in your application for citizenship. And once you pass your citizenship exam, and then you get your citizenship and you have a Canadian passport, guess what? You are allowed, or you are able to enter more than 100, in fact more than 150 countries visa free. Can you beat that? If you are coming from a country where you have to go through a whole lot of hassles, or where you have to stress out in trying to get visa to enter some countries like United Arab Emirates, especially now that United Arab Emirates has, blacklisted some countries from entering Dubai or United Arab Emirates. Imagine having a Canadian passport. You just what? You stroll in, right? So my point is that there is great power, or rather the Canadian passport yields or wields or welds or whatever, it holds great power. Now, the third reason that I want to talk about why you should consider coming to Canada, or why you should choose Canada as your country, is what? The free education and health care. Oh my goodness. Just this week, I experienced the joy of having access to free health care. So I just felt like, you know what, I wasn't feeling too well, and then I just thought, why not just put this to good use? So I grabbed my health card and I went to a walk-in clinic, and then I saw a doctor, and he wrote a couple of tests for me, like blood work, kidney function, liver function, like a comprehensive blood work. And I was like, I had to ask a question. I said, please, am I going to pay for this? And he said, no, as long as you have your health card, it's just going to be done for you for free. I was amazed. Yes, that's the tax coming to place here, because of course there's an amount that you pay on tax, or rather all of these services are made available through the taxing system. But the point is that you get to access free basic health care for the family if you're a resident. Another thing I want to talk about is the education. Like my daughter is in kindergarten now, and she's in the government school, and then for us to put in the application, all of that is relatively free. Even as a resident, there's a subsidized amount. The amount you pay to go for, let's say, your postgraduate courses, your postgraduate degree, is not the same compared to international students. So my point is that as a resident, as a citizen, you have access to free health and free education. Now, let's go on to the first reason quickly. So the first reason I want to talk about why you should consider Canada, or why you should start to pack your bags now, why you should start to put in your application now to come to Canada, is what? There are a lot of financial benefits for residents. Oh goodness, that one is juicy, guys. I'm sure you must have seen my video where I talked about the benefits you have access to. If you have not seen that video, please go and look at that video. It was like 2-3 videos back where I talked about all the financial benefits. There are a lot of benefits for residents. If you have children, you have the child care benefits, where you have the opportunity of getting up to $583 every single month per child. Can you beat that? That's just one. You have other benefits. You have the GST and HST benefit. You have climate action benefits. Just so many of them. That is just the federal. Now, let's go to the province. The province also has its own benefits, its financial benefits to its residents. So my point is that the government is watching out for you. The government wants you to thrive. The government wants you to survive. And it's just putting out all these benefits just for your own convenience, right? So why not come to a country that looks out for you, right? Okay, yes, up to the next one. The next reason why you should come, or why you should plan to come to Canada, is that what? There's a high chances of a good quality of life. You get the opportunity to live a good life. Yes, there's a very low chance of you being poor. There's a low chance of you dying of hunger, if you understand what I mean. Because what? There's a food bank. there's benefits from the government, so you have a good chance of living a good life. Also, there are people all around you. For example, I'll just give myself an example, or I'll make an example of myself. You know, I do a part-time job, and then you know how kids can be demanding. The government is providing money for you to take care of the kids. There's a food bank for you to go to just in case you're not able to provide some of the essential. So like there's a very good chance that also let me not forget about the credit card. Of course, the credit card, this is a two-way thing here. Is a hit or miss. If you're someone who is financially responsible, you are able to successfully manage your credit cards based on what you earn, not shooting or maxing out your credit card. So my point here is that you can live a comfortable life. You can't go hungry, you can't go poor, or you understand what I mean. You can't live from the streets, because there's even rent assist for people who are not able to afford housing. There's a lot of things, so you are able to live comfortably. Yes, you're able to live comfortably. This is all as a result of the things, or rather the benefits, or the innovations, or the things that the government has put in place. So before I go on to the sixth reason, at this point, if you've not yet subscribed to this channel, now is the point for you to subscribe, because I'm sure you're enjoying what I've been saying so far. You can also go back to all of my previous videos I've shared previously. Like, of course, if you've not yet liked, turn on your post notifications and drop a comment in the comment section. So let's go on to the sixth reason why you should consider Canada, and why you should relocate or migrate to Canada. Yes, the wildlife and the wildlands. Oh my goodness. Canada is the second largest country in terms of landmass. There's a lot of space everywhere. As a matter of fact, Manitoba alone, because I live in Manitoba, has 100,000 lakes. Damn. When I read about it and I saw that Manitoba has 100,000 lakes, I was like, what? Just one province has 100. So that's just to tell you the extent of the space. There's wildlife, there's a lot of parks, recreational activities, conservation area, beaches. Beach, you know what I mean, right? Beach, yeah, there's a lot of beach, wildlife, there's a zoo. You see polar bears, like you see geese flying all around, you see deers on the road, like, because there's a lot of space. Like, there's so many places, there's a lot of, you can camp out, you just enjoy. It's for you to enjoy the scenery, enjoy the atmosphere. In summer you go out, you enjoy life. There's this amount of freshness, or there's this amount of peace that you have when there's fresh air and then the trees are all over. It's just so relaxing and comforting. This is because there's a lot of space. There's a lot of space that even the government needs you to fill up, which is why they keep inviting new immigrants to come, because they need to develop the country. That's the way they can maintain the economy of the country, because when you come, there are new jobs, you keep paying your taxes, and then the cycle keeps going on like that and like that. So the next one I want to talk about is what? It is a land of diversity, multi-ethnicity, inclusion. There's a bit of this for everyone. Like, you go, there's just, everyone is invited, everyone is allowed to come in, and guess what? You get to learn. Also, you get to enjoy. For example, you don't have to go to India to learn you don't have to go to China to learn Chinese, because there's a little bit of everyone here. As a matter of fact, in the workplace, there's a chances that you will find six people from different cultural backgrounds. And for people like us that are raising families, it's an opportunity for you to, learn from other people's culture, get used to. In fact, you have Indian cuisines, you have Chinese cuisines, you have, so many people. Let me just give an example. Like in my workplace, I have someone who is from Bangladesh, I have someone who is from India, and guess what? I'm also from Nigeria. So we get to discuss, we just share our culture, say, oh, this is what we do in our country, this is how we do this in our country. And then one way or the other, before you know it, you become diverse. You begin to learn new things. You begin to learn about other people's culture, something you would really not have taken interest in learning if you were just in a country where all you have are the people of the same cultural background. So it gives you like a new mindset. It gets you to think wildly. It also gets you to think diversely. You start to think differently, and then start to understand that yes, at the end of the day, we're all good, we're all the same. And then guess what, another thing which also adds to this main reason I'm talking about is that racism is not a thing here, because this is not everyone's land. Yeah, we're all immigrants, because almost everyone, even someone, the owner of the company is also an immigrant. He came in here as an immigrant. It's just like he came earlier than you. He came 30 years ago, 30 years earlier than you. So we're all immigrants. So where is the racism gonna come from, right? So it's really a good place for you to come and settle. Another reason why you should come, the 8th reason now, is that it has the highest standard of education. Now, Canada has some of the best universities, some of the best educational institutions in the world, which is why Canada accounts for a lot of international students that come in, year out. And the juicy part of this, or the most interesting part of this, is that recently it has been, the number of hours that an international student is allowed to work for has increased. I think before they had just 20 hours of work, but now it has been increased for up to 30-40 hours of work. And guess what, at the end of study, you're allowed to apply for a work permit, and eventually at the end of the day submit your application for a permanent residence, which is also another way or another pathway to settle in Canada as a resident. So the educational system is good. You have a lot of degrees, a lot of courses from different universities. So it has that. And that's one thing I'm happy for. That's one thing I'm glad for, that our children or children of residents here get to give their children the best education that prepares them for the outer world. And then now let's go on to the 9th reason. The 9th reason I want to talk about is the fact that it is safe and sane. Canada is safe and sane. It's relatively safe and sane. There's low crime rate, and there's law and order, right? There's a law that guides everything you do. There's order. You don't just cross the road anyhow. There are so many things that are in place, that have been put in place by the government, and then that makes you to stay accountable for what you do. And I remember, just to digress, I remember there was a time, I think a month or 2 months ago, you just said that, and then you heard this alert on your phone, just alerting you that somewhere, it's not even in this province, right? It was in Saskatchewan, and there was a loose shooter. There was a shooter on loose, or someone who had shot someone in another area, and then the alert was there that, okay, just know. So there's initiative from the government, or rather there's plans in place from the government to make sure that you are safe. And also there's low crime rates. You hardly hear of school shootings, or you hardly hear of stabbings, or you hardly hear of gunshots on the streets. You are actually safe, right? You are comfortable to leave your home at 5 a.m. when it's still dark, or at 12 a.m. I actually have people who walk on the street at 12 midnight, and then they are safe. Nothing happens to them. They are riding their bicycle, right? So it is a safe and sane environment where everyone gets to abide by law and order. Now, the very last reason that I'm going to be talking about, but once again, please like this video, turn on your post notifications. If there's any reason or I've missed out, please just drop it in the comment section. If you're someone who is already in Canada and you think, oh, there's one more reason why why people should come to Canada, please drop it in the comment section. I'm sure they want to hear that from me. So the 10th reason I want to talk about is that it is the best place to raise a family. It's the best place to raise a child. Your children get to learn new things. They get to grow. They get to enjoy life. There's parks, there's recreational activities. In fact, within a kilometer, less than a kilometer, there's a park where your kids get to play and enjoy. Also, the fact that the land is a land that is filled with, that is multicultural and diverse. You get to learn as many languages as you want, right? Which is an advantage to you. As a matter of fact, Canada is a bilingual country. That is English and French. They speak both English and French. So it's an opportunity for you to, from maybe if you have a new child, from kindergarten, to enroll your child into a French school, so that they learn two language, which also gives them like a higher chance of getting a better job. Because one thing I've observed is that whenever you see most of the job posting, they say French is an asset. Being able to speak French is an asset, so it gives them an higher advantage over other people who do not understand French. And you know, it's just a saner place, a place where you're sure that their future is secured, because there are benefits from the government that goes into savings, into their educational savings. Yes, I also did mention that there's money from government into kids or into children's educational savings, so you start saving for their future from right where they're small. So tell me, what other reasons is there why you wouldn't want to come to Canada? Why would you want to come to Canada? That said, the pros rather, the benefits of coming to Canada outweighs other reasons why you shouldn't want to come to Canada. So if you're still thinking, or you're still trying to say, oh, can I even, why? Now is the best time for you to come to Canada. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope I have answered some of the basic questions you might have about the benefits or some of those things you get to enjoy when you come to Canada. So thank you for watching. Of course, thank you so much. I love you guys. Thank you for always staying true to this channel. Until I see you again in the next one, I say bye for now.